Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And last night, something quite pivotal happened. In fact, remarkably pivotal happened with the Loving Life YouTube channel. And just for those people who are saying, hey, Loving Life is shutting down. No, it's not. No, it's not. Loving Life, believe me, is not shutting down. All it's doing is it's moving to its own platform in a very structured, careful way. We're not going to be chased or hurried by anybody. We just want to get off that feral platform called YouTube, where they've got community strikes based on their own political philosophy, and they've got copyright strikes which are becoming more and more invasive. You can't even cough without getting a copyright strike against yourself. It is absolutely ridiculous. So by having our own website, our own domain name, with our own news channel, we will be totally free of all that shit that YouTube put on people who've got channels. Now, I'm going to give you some key dates and information and background to where we're at, where we've come from, so you can understand the strategy that we're taking. And I have a huge team behind this. Great people. And the person who's instrumental into developing the Loving Life 2020 channel, of course, is Rudy Geldenhuys. And he's a very, very, very experienced and good web developer. And like everybody else on the Loving Life community channel, this has been done on a completely voluntary basis. And huge shout out to Rudy. Okay. In about September this year, I alerted my community to the fact that I thought that YouTube was unworkable anymore. We had to start looking for a new place to host the Loving Life channel. And I had an email from Rudy who came through and said, Scott, look, I can help you. I build web pages. I know all the latest PHP and all this sort of stuff. We can build something really spiffy. So I said, that's fantastic, Rudy. And then the first thing we had to do was download over 6,000 videos that I've put up over the last few years, which cover South African history from a perspective that is not blemished by threats of the ANC government coming knocking at your door, because I'm in Australia. So I just speak it from where it's at. And in October, one of our benevolent subscribers, a lovely guy called Jan van Riebeck, we all know Jan van Riebeck, he came forward and he said, Scott, I will help you guys with this plan. I will pay for the 8 terabyte hard drive that Rudy needs to actually put these 6,000 videos on. So that happened. And then Rudy got to work. And over the next several weeks, he downloaded all the videos from the Loving Life channel, Loving Life 2020 channel, and of course, Loving Life Live channel. So all those videos are not lost. They're captured. They're fine. They're good. We got backups of everything. Everything I ever put up there is backed up. And I was so pissed off with YouTube because, I mean, I keep on getting these snotty little copyright issues and community strike issues and all this sort of shit. I just said, okay. You know, I'm not going to keep funding you guys, because how it works with YouTube, this is the model, okay? If you have advertising on YouTube, 60% of the advertising revenue that you generate by people going to look at your videos goes directly back to funding Google. who are the New World Order. And I thought, well, I'm going to put a stick in your eye. So on the 1st of November 2020, the Loving Life 2020 channel, which was monetized, fully monetized, was shut down. By me. I personally shut it down on the 1st of November, and I alerted people to this days before I shut it down, saying that we're going to shut down this channel because we've had enough of YouTube and their crap. And then just yesterday, after having the lovinglifetv.com webpage up there with the under construction page on, just yesterday it went live. Now remember that we are going through a transition phase, so what you're going to see right now is pretty basic. And you'll see there's a letter at the top which says, hey guys, this is stage 1 development, etc., etc., etc. But understand that we are building this slowly and just transitioning slowly. We're in no hurry. We're so over YouTube, we're going to use their platform until such time as we're ready to get the heck out of there onto our own platform. So, 7th of December, remember this date, 2020, the Loving Life 20, the new lovinglifetv.com platform went live. And we actually had our first live stream live on there, which was Amelia and Marius, who were involved in a jamming session with me, and it was a fun evening. We went for about 2.5 hours, and it was just what we do. We're a family. We're the Loving Life family. Where do we go from here? Because right now it's the 8th of December. Well, I'll tell you. On the 16th of December, Rudy says that all the videos that he's downloaded from those 3 Loving Life channels will be uploaded onto the new lovinglifetv.com. Which means on the day of the vow, you're about to go and do a search on 6,000 videos. And that includes a whole series on Sina van Rensburg, the Sunday services by Dan Berriman, the White Zulu. Yeah, I'm talking about Fiona Timms. There's a huge amount of history in there that you'll be able to go and search on outside YouTube. Because all these videos are now stored on the cloud outside YouTube. And for any historian who in the future wants to understand what happened in South Africa during this period of transition where the country just fell in a piece of shit, this is going to be a unique archive of videos. Okay? Totally unique archive. During December 2020, we're going to be doing new upgrades on the lovinglifetv.com. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you a timeline. This is not something we're doing impulsively. It's something that's been planned carefully and been put together very, very carefully. Let me show you the timeline. Then I'll talk about what's happening going forward. Okay, so during December 2020, we're going to be doing new upgrades on the lovinglifetv.com. Rudy and I have a chat every week, and we discuss what's going on, what we're doing, and stuff like that. I'm going to be giving Rudy admin access to the Loving Life channel so that he can actually have a look behind the scenes at what we've got up there on YouTube Studio and stuff like that. Because I want to be totally transparent. I want this thing to go really smoothly. On the 1st of January 2021, all live streams currently run on Loving Life will be moved to Loving Life Live. And if you look below this video in the description, click on that link, you will be able to subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. Okay, we got about 4,500 people who have, since I alerted people to this a few weeks ago. So we're starting to get there. It's a core people who follow the channel, and those people who don't do it, they'll probably see it randomly up there somehow on YouTube. But if you're on just Loving Life, please make sure that you subscribe to Loving Life Live, because from the 1st of January 2021, we're going to be putting all our live streams there, not on the main Loving Life channel. And there's a very good reason I'm doing that. Okay, just believe me. During 2021, the big objective that we have is to move our traffic on YouTube from YouTube directly to lovinglifetv.com. And when you register to join Loving Life TV, you'll see that you've got to put in your username. You can pick any username you like, your email address, and of course your password. And that then allows you to get alerts through your email when we do updates, and that'll probably happen once a day or twice a day with the live stream. So this is something we're still developing and working on. And what we're going to be doing during 2021, and I've spoken to several of the organizations that we've had on our live streams in the past, many of them would love to be part of this project. So what it means is it's not just Loving Life videos that are going to be going up on lovinglifetv.com. It'll be people like Buralishion, some of the independence parties, and we will actually have in the menu, you'll be able to say, okay, I want to go and check out what's happening with Cape Independence, as an example. And in there, all their videos, all their live streams, all that sort of stuff, all their news releases will be made available, because they will be given, selected people will be given access to their particular part of this new website, where they can put up their press releases or what's going on, events that are happening. And that's not just restricted to political parties. We have our jamming sessions. And people like our resident musician, Winston Coetzee, for example, and Amelia and Marius, who we had on last night with the launch of this new platform, they will be able to put up their events where they're actually going to be singing in South Africa, so people can go in there and say, oh yeah, I'd like to go and see Amelia and Marius singing, like to meet them in person, because I've seen them on Loving Life on the jamming sessions. Or I'd like to go and see Winston down at Amanzimtoti, see where he's singing. You know, go and have a check that out. And we'll be pushing for road shows. So we might get, hypothetically, we might get Winston Coetzee, Amelia, and Marius having a road show across South Africa. And we'll be able to promote that on our own lovinglifetv.com website. We could never have done this on YouTube. This takes us to a totally new level. And when it comes to misinformation by the fake mainstream media, you know, this whole thing about the vaccine and stuff like that, where you get videos taken down at the blink of an eye by YouTube because you're saying the wrong thing, we will have documentary evidence that people can put up. The authors, the selected authors, can put up their documentary evidence, and you know, we're going to have all that sort of stuff up there so people really know what is happening. We bypass the mainstream media and these big internet platforms who are censoring what people are allowed to say. So, complimentary channels, as I said, invited. And yeah, there are a few who certainly won't be invited, and I think they know who they'll be. But look, we want to keep this very factual, right on the money, and it's got to be totally complementary with a message that is loving life. And I will be the sole arbiter as to who comes in as an author on lovinglifetv.com. And of course, by having these authors and this additional information coming in from credible sources, we're going to be able to provide you with a whole new range of information. And you know the best part of it? It's going to be totally free. The Loving Life channel has never been an e-begging channel. And I know a lot of South African YouTubers freak out when I use that term, but let's face it, that's what they are. They're out there just to get clickbait and get their check once a month from YouTube, despite the fact that YouTube are putting huge restrictions on what they can say and what they can't say. We're not in that game. We are not in that game. Look into the future. This might be only 2022, it might be only 2025, who knows when it might be. I probably won't be the host by then. In fact, I'm pretty sure I won't be the host by then. But we are looking for someone who can take over the hosting of Loving Life when my eye condition gets to a point where I can't do it. But that's not in the immediate foreseeable future. So what we're going to be doing in the years progressing is, once we've got the traffic coming through, once we've basically built lovinglifetv.com, we will close down the Loving Life channels on YouTube because they will become redundant, no longer necessary. So please tell all your friends, tell your family, tell anybody who wants to know what's actually going on in South Africa, because that will remain our focus, like Loving Life has. Yes, we will talk about events like the Great Reset. We'll talk about events like the coronavirus. We'll talk about all these things on lovinglifetv.com to keep our subscribers, our participants, our family informed. But we will no longer have issues with community strikes or copyright strikes. And in fact, I am looking forward to the day when Winston Coetzee, our resident musician who wrote that incredible song, the Loving Life theme song, when he can actually sing Della Rey directly on our new lovinglifetv.com webpage without YouTube coming in with a big stick and saying, video taken down for a copyright strike. And that's what they do. We will be outside that absolutely scurrilous, disgusting environment. You know, I get so angry. I was just saying to Marlena the other day that, oh, look, I got another email from YouTube saying, yeah, you got a copyright strike, or you got a community strike because you did this or you did that. And these are 23-year-old kids who are totally indoctrinated. Now, I'm not talking about the L factor now, I'm talking about indoctrination, who see something that doesn't suit what they believe and they have the authority to give you a strike. I'm a 65-year-old fart, okay? I don't need someone who's as young as it could be a grandchild of mine, although my grandchildren are a lot younger than that, telling me what I should or should not be putting up on the internet. You know, this is the bottom line. This is why we're getting out of YouTube. I don't care about popularity, the number of subscribers we've got. Look, I think just by building a very, very clear platform which has a unique focus on South Africa today and going forward, I think it's going to become a hugely important archive of information, and anyone who participates in it, whether you're an author, whether you have a channel, which we accept into lovinglifetv.com, whatever it might be, you are going to be part of that history. And we're not going to be beholden to the whims and the wiles of Google or YouTube. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Look, this fella is full with YouTube, full with Google. Now we have our own freedom. It's like having the Western Cape separating from the crap that's going on up in the north. You know, that's how simple it is. I'm over it. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, please stay safe. And remember to register on lovinglifetv.com. And if you have any problems registering, please, all you have to do is just email me at homestays. That's like going on a homestay for a holiday. Homestays, plural, homestays at gmail.com. Send me an email and I will show you how to register on lovinglifetv.com. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.